Hey, this is Henry Carter with Carter Rent to Own. This video is on how the Carter Rent to Own program works. And it replaces an old video that I made a couple of years because since then we've changed a few things for the better, and I just wanted to make sure that I was completely current on our videos. Anyway, I'm not a professional. As you'll see, this is a self-made video. My specialty is getting out there and buying houses, getting them ready, and helping people like yourself get into them. It's not making videos, but I do kind of like making the videos. A little bit about myself. My name's Henry Carter. I grew up in a middle-income neighborhood, middle-income family nearby. My father died when I was young, put myself through college, immediately got into real estate, lived on rice and beans, and have done very, very well in real estate. But I did well, not because I'm super smart, but because I tried to use the win-win philosophy. You know, I always try to leave something on the table for the other guy, because if I win and he wins, then chances are we're going to do business again sometime. Okay, enough about that. Let's tell you about the program. I do rent to own houses. I have 2 children. They both work for me. One's a CPA. He works in the office. The other works out in the field supervising the make-ready process. So it is a family business. And if the question ever comes up, what happens if something happens to you, Henry? There is a succession plan in place, so you don't have to worry about that. But as you can see, I'm healthy and I'm younger, middle-aged, and I don't plan to go anywhere soon. Okay, how the program works. First of all, you get on our website, and if our website's www.carterrenttoown, and we keep our website current, and we have available houses and we have soon to be available houses, and we try to keep that very, very current. And there's a web page for every house we have that's either available or coming up soon, and that web page tells you the price, it has videos, it has pictures, it tells you all the terms and conditions. And the terms and conditions are generally cookie cutter, the same from one house to the other. So you get on the website, you see a house, and you can subscribe where you get automatic updates every time we get a new house. And we don't give out your email address to anybody else, but when we get a new house, we just email it to you, and you subscribe through my website, www.carterrenttoown.com. Okay, so you see a house you like, you read about it on the web page, you watch the video, you get your family in there to watch it with you, and hopefully you get all fired up. I'm always fired up. And the next step would be you would drive by the house. If you like because, you know, let's face it, pictures and videos don't always tell the story. I always say boots on the ground, boots on the ground, boots on the ground. You need to go out and look at it, check out the house, check out the neighborhood, drive by on Friday night about 11 p.m. That's when you really find out what's going on in the neighborhood. And if you like what you see, then you give me a call, or you email me, or you email our office, and a couple of emails, and you can also see them down below, is henry@carterrenttoown.com or chris@carterrenttoown.com, or you can call us up, 615-202-5228 or 615-430-3255. So, you like what you see. The next step is you make an appointment to get inside. I never recommend paying money, doing an application and paying the application fee before you get inside. A lot of things on Craigslist and a lot of operators just try to collect application fees. That's not what we're about. We only want you to make application if you like it, and we're all about doing the right thing, and we only run your app and spend your money for the application fee if indeed the house is available. So, you make an appointment to go see it. Sometimes we have open houses, sometimes we meet you personally. You go in, you like it. Well, that's great. The next step is you check out the qualifying criteria. What's it take to qualify? Generally speaking, we want you to make 3 times whatever the rent is. So if the rent is $1,200 a month, we would want to see total household income of at least $3,600 a month, and that's a minimum. Statistically, you probably need to be making a little more than that. We want to make sure you've got the option fee, and the option fee can range anywhere from $4,000 to $6,000 or $7,000. It's not cheap, but that's how you get into the house without great credit. It's good if you've got great credit, but if you don't, we can try to get around that, and the way we get around that is the buffer, because you're putting a lot of money down. And the third thing is we do run a criminal and credit check. We don't expect perfect credit. If you had perfect credit, you'd be out doing an FHA loan, but we do expect that you've try to pay your bills. Now, we're not going to get all caught up in student loans or some credit cards, but we are going to look at how you paid your previous landlord or your current landlord. So if you're coming to write off an eviction, I'm sorry, we can't help you. Okay, so that's the qualifying criteria. The next, you can tell it from the South, criteria, I use a lot of R's. The next step would be you make application. And you can make application online on our website, carterrenttoown.com, or you can come to an office. We do have a real office. We're in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. I live in Mount Juliet. I love Mount Juliet. And anybody that doesn't have a real office to go to, I wouldn't do business with. And so you make application, pay the application fee at that point, and only at that point. And if we've got an application ahead of you, we tell you there's, it's strictly all above board. We can get you approved normally in 1 day, 2 days total, maximum. There I go. I'm doing the us. I told you I'm not a professional at this. So once you're approved, we're going to expect you to put some big money down. And generally we'll hold a house for 3 or 4 weeks until your rent starts accruing, but only if you put a significant amount of money down, and a significant is probably anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000. That's house dependent. So you put that money down, and then when you move in, you pay the balance. Now, let's talk about option fees. What's an option fee? Well, one of the houses that, let's just take a example, would be there's a house that we've got, 111 Elm Street, we'll call it. And that house is priced at $140,000, and the option fee, just to keep it simple, is $5,000. You would have to pay before you moved in the $5,000, but in return, that would lock in the sales price of the house at $140,000 for the next 3 years. And when you purchase the house, during that 3-year term, and you can do it quickly or you can do it at the end of the 3 years, the $5,000 is subtracted from the sales price. Now we make it even better. To jumpstart your equity, we give you a rental accrual credit of $200 per month for the first year. So 200 times 12, that's an additional $2,400. So in this scenario, you would have $7,400 at the end of 3 years as a down payment, let's call it, that would be subtracted from the $150,000. And that's, now the option fee, do you get it back if you don't buy the house? No, that needs to be very clear. You don't get the option fee back. You're paying that option fee for the benefit of us taking the house off the market and waiting on you to get a loan. What do you get in return? The price of the house is locked in. You get the benefit of appreciation on the house, and you get time to get your credit in order. If you don't have a mortgage company, no problem. We deal with a lot of mortgage companies that are legitimate, and we're glad to pass on their name and number. So you've made application. Let's just, for example purposes, say that it's a $5,000 option and the rent's $1,200 a month. We negotiate, you put $2,000 down now, you say you want to move in 2 weeks, so you put the $2,000 down, we take the house off the market, we list it as pending on our website, and then 2 weeks from now, you bring the other $3,000 in, and you pay your first month's rent, and we prorate you in, so you're only paying for the number of days that you're actually there. What else do I need to tell you about the process? I do it all the time, but I obviously don't do it for a camera. We are licensed real estate brokers in Tennessee and Alabama. You can check me out on the Real Estate Commission. I've never had any kind of disciplinary actions against me. We are an above board company. We've helped hundreds and hundreds of people obtain houses in Middle Tennessee. Does every deal work out? No. People pass away, people get divorced, people lose their jobs. Every deal doesn't work out. but you know, a lot of them do. Now, let's say you put this big amount of money down, you've lived there for 2 years, and for some reason you decide you just don't want to buy the house, or you get transferred somewhere else and you can't go through with it. We've already talked about, do you get the option fee back? And the answer is no. But if your lease is in good standing and you've paid as agreed, then what we will do is issue a certificate that's good for typically an additional 3 years for a portion of that option fee. So if you come back to us, you can use that certificate to offset another option fee. And we've had a lot of people take advantage of that. Now, do we finance the houses ourselves? No, we don't finance the houses ourselves anymore. We used to, but we got away from that. Now it's up to you to get your own loan, but we do walk you through that process. Let's use another example. You've got a 3-year option. What happens if you get to the end of the 3 years and you just hadn't managed to get it financed? What happens? Do you lose all your money? No. We put language in the option agreement where we extend it for an additional 2 years. There is a fee for that, and that fee is typically $1,000, and it's indexed to inflation also. But you don't lose your money. You're still in the house. You're still in the game. This is the best rent-to-own program, and I've researched a lot of them that I've ever seen, because we really, really want you to buy the house. We do everything we can to help you buy the house. People get in a rut where they're living in a rental and they just rent for years and years, and the rent just keeps going up, and the landlord is happy and sells, he finally sells the house and you have to move. This program has us locked in, locked down, tight. If anything happens to me, it's all contractual. You still have the right to buy the house. Okay, my name is Henry Carter with Carter Rent to Own. I hope that's kind of explained how the program works. It's not unusual for somebody to see a house that they like on our website, go out and look at it, and by the time they're ready to do the application, for the house to be gone. The housing market is really tight. But at least if that happens, you will have done your due diligence, checked on me and Carter Rent to Own and Carter Realty Advisors, which is the brokerage company, and found out that we are who you want to deal with. So the next time a house comes available, you'll be ready to jump in and do something quick. We've got a Facebook called Carter Rent to Own, which I do know how to operate the Facebook, and it's always very current. And then we've got our website, www.carterrenttoown, which I don't know how to operate. I have to rely on a third party, but he's normally very quick in doing that. Okay, again, I grew up locally, local business. We want your business. I'm a daddy, I'm a granddaddy, and I'm a local guy, and believe in all, it's all about community and giving back to community. God bless America. God bless you. Thanks for watching the video, and give us a call.